We stand at a remarkable moment in history. It is August 24th, 2025. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is no longer science fiction. It is woven into the fabric of our daily lives. AI helps us navigate our cities. AI suggests what we should watch next. AI assists doctors in diagnosing diseases. It powers the checkout at our local grocery store. It helps manage the complex logistics that bring goods to our doorsteps. This technology has brought incredible progress. It has also raised important questions. Questions about fairness. Questions about privacy. Questions about what it means for our jobs and our society. For years, this powerful technology grew largely unchecked. Think of it as a new frontier, a digital Wild West. Companies were free to innovate. Companies pushed the boundaries of what is possible. But that rapid expansion came with risks. We have seen AI systems showing bias. We have heard concerns about how personal information is being used. Many people are worried about the future of their careers. The conversation shifted from, what can AI do, to, what should AI do? You might be asking, why now? Why, in 2025, are these laws suddenly so critical? The answer lies in the speed and scale of AI's integration into our lives. Just a few years ago, AI was a specialized tool used by a handful of tech giants. Today, it is everywhere. It is in our schools. It is in our hospitals. It is in our workplaces. It is in our homes. It makes decisions that have real-world consequences for all of us. It can influence whether you get a job interview. It can influence whether you are approved for a loan. It can influence the quality of medical care you receive. The stakes have become incredibly high. The urgency also comes from a growing public awareness of the potential downsides. Stories about AI algorithms that perpetuate historical biases against certain groups of people. Concerns about deepfakes and misinformation spreading like wildfire, fueled by AI tools, and the quiet, persistent fear that automation will make many jobs obsolete. Think of it like the early days of the automobile, but they also brought new dangers. We need the modern equivalent of traffic laws for the digital world. This global conversation has been building for years. Other parts of the world, like the European Union, have already moved forward with their own comprehensive AI regulations. The United States is now catching up. The goal is to establish a baseline of safety and accountability so companies can innovate responsibly and people feel secure. So what exactly is in these new laws? Let's call it the US AI Act of 2025 for simplicity. The law is not a single blanket rule. Instead, it takes a risk-based approach, much like how we regulate other industries. This means that the level of regulation depends on the potential harm an AI system could cause. An AI that recommends movies, for example, will face very few rules, but an AI that assists in criminal sentencing or helps make hiring decisions. This approach focuses the government's attention where it is needed most. A core pillar of the act is transparency. For too long, many AI systems have been black boxes. We put data in, and an answer comes out, but we do not know how the decision was made. Companies using high-risk AI systems must now be able to explain how their algorithms work in plain language. If an AI denies you a loan, the bank must be able to tell you why. The law also mandates clear labeling. If you are interacting with an AI chatbot instead of a human, that must be disclosed. Another key component is accountability. The act makes it clear that companies are responsible for the AI systems they deploy. Businesses must conduct rigorous testing and risk assessments before an AI system goes live. They need to prove that their system is fair. Finally, the law establishes a new federal body to oversee its implementation. Think of it as the FDA for algorithms. This agency will have the power to audit high-risk AI systems, investigate complaints from the public, and issue fines for non-compliance, while also providing guidance for businesses. Your personal data is the fuel that powers most modern AI systems. Every click, every search, every online purchase creates a digital footprint. For years, companies have collected this data with very few restrictions. The US AI Act of 2025 fundamentally changes this dynamic, putting you back in control of your personal information. The law introduces strong data privacy protections specifically tailored for the age of AI. It mandates that companies can only collect the data that is strictly necessary for a specific, stated purpose. The days of collecting vast amounts of user data just in case it might be useful later are over. One of the most significant changes is the requirement for explicit consent. Under the new law, companies must ask for your permission in clear and simple terms before using your data to train their AI models. This means no more burying consent requests in long, complicated legal documents that no one reads. You will have the right to know exactly what data is being collected, who it is being shared with, and for what purpose. More importantly, you will have the right to say no. You will also have the right to demand that a company delete your personal data. The law also places strict limits on how certain types of sensitive data can be used. By forcing companies to be more deliberate about the data they collect, the law encourages more efficient, higher quality AI, more ethical and more trustworthy for everyone. For businesses across the country, the U.S. AI Act of 2025 represents a significant shift. The era of unchecked AI development and deployment has come to an end. Companies, from small startups to large corporations, must now integrate ethics and compliance into the very core of their AI strategy. Before launching a new AI-powered product or service, they must conduct a thorough AI impact assessment. That assessment identifies and mitigates risks like algorithmic bias, privacy violations, safety concerns. This isn't just a suggestion, it is a legal requirement. Consider a company that uses AI to screen job applications. Under the new law, they can no longer just buy software and let it run. They are legally responsible for preventing discrimination. The system must be tested for bias against race, gender, age. They must keep detailed performance records. The new legal landscape demands changes to company structures. Larger businesses are creating roles and departments for AI governance. Compliance requires investment, new software, retraining staff, audits, and fines for non-compliance can reach millions, but over time this builds market stability and customer trust. The arrival of new AI laws will reshape how businesses operate and the very nature of our jobs. The changes will be felt across all industries and at all levels, factory floor executive suite. One of the most immediate impacts will be on jobs that involve repetitive data processing or decision-making. AI, now governed by clearer rules, will be more widely and responsibly deployed. Think of roles in data entry, basic customer service scheduling, critical thinking, complex problem-solving, creativity, emotional intelligence. Your job may evolve to become more focused on supervising the AI, interpreting its outputs, and handling the complex, nuanced situations that the algorithm cannot. A customer service agent might spend less time answering basic questions and more time resolving complicated customer issues that require empathy and judgment. The new regulations will also create entirely new categories of jobs. We are already seeing a surge in demand for professionals who can bridge the gap between technology, law, and business ethics. AI auditors, bias testers, governance specialists, AI trainers, and data labelers. These roles are central to the modern workforce, and AI literacy will become essential. For every worker, the new era of regulated AI presents a double-edged sword. It brings both potential risks that we must acknowledge and exciting new opportunities that we can seize. On one hand, there is the undeniable risk of job displacement. While the laws are designed to manage the transition, they will not stop automation. Some jobs, particularly those that are highly routine and predictable, will be significantly reduced or eliminated. Workers in these roles face the challenge of needing to acquire new skills. This transition can be difficult and stressful for many individuals and communities. Another risk lies in the increased potential for workplace surveillance. The same AI systems that help optimize workflows can also be used to monitor employees with unprecedented detail. The new laws attempt to address this by requiring transparency and consent, but the line between legitimate performance management and invasive surveillance can be thin. Workers may feel pressure to consent to monitoring out of fear for their jobs. There is a real risk that, if not carefully managed, the workplace of the future could become a place of constant digital oversight, leading to increased stress and a loss of autonomy for employees. However, the sword cuts both ways, revealing significant opportunities. The new laws empower workers in important ways. The right to an explanation, for instance, is a powerful tool. If you are passed over for a promotion or a job and an AI was involved in the decision, you now have the legal right to understand why. It gives workers a new mechanism to challenge decisions that they feel are unjust, and the focus on human-centric skills creates new pathways for career growth, critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, making human experience and judgment premium assets. To truly understand the impact of the US AI Act of 2025, let's look at how it plays out. Let's look at how it plays out in two very different sectors, healthcare and marketing. In healthcare, the stakes are incredibly high, so the regulations will be stringent. Consider an AI system designed to help doctors diagnose cancer from medical scans. Before this system can be used in a hospital, its developer must prove to regulators that it is accurate and that it is equitable. A hospital using this AI tool will also have new responsibilities. The law will require that a human doctor always remains in the loop and makes the final decision. If the AI suggests a diagnosis, the hospital must be able to provide the patient with a clear explanation of how the AI reached that conclusion. This builds patient trust and ensures accountability. For healthcare workers, this means learning to work with these new diagnostic tools, understanding their strengths and limitations, developing new skills in data interpretation. Now let's turn to the marketing industry. Here, the primary concerns are privacy and manipulation, not life or death decisions. A marketing firm that uses AI to personalize online ads will face a different set of rules. They must be transparent with consumers about how their data is being used to target them with advertising. The job will shift from micro-targeting to building genuine customer relationships. Creativity, branding, storytelling become more valuable, while AI provides analytics under stricter privacy rules. The changes brought by the US AI Act of 2025 are significant, but they are not insurmountable. Preparation is the key to navigating this new landscape successfully, for individual workers and for businesses. For workers, embrace a mindset of continuous learning. Communication, critical thinking, creativity, collaboration. Become AI literate. You don't need to be a programmer or data scientist. Seek a basic understanding of what AI is, how it works, and how it's being used in your industry. Take online courses, attend community college programs, join workshops. Understanding the basics will demystify the technology for businesses. Conduct a comprehensive audit of current and planned AI use. Know where and how AI is deployed across your organization. Assess systems against the new law, focusing on high-risk applications first. Build a cross-functional team with representatives from ethics, human resources, and business units. Individuals and companies should see this as an opportunity, not just a burden. For businesses, invest in responsible, trustworthy AI. It's a competitive advantage. It builds customer loyalty and reduces legal and reputational risk. For workers, evolve into more strategic, creative, and fulfilling roles. Understand the new rules of the road, prepare for the journey ahead, and ensure this technology creates a more prosperous and equitable world for all of us.